Oh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today, we have a 4v4. This one was, I cannot remember who sent it in. I feel like I never know. I never know who sends these in anymore. I just download them, then I have a bunch in a folder. So I apologize if you are the one who sent it in and I'm not giving you credit. I'll try to at the end when I look at the names. So, anyway, like I said, this is a 4v4. Of course, you saw America right here, so we have an American. You see some troops over here as well. Looks like there's just some more French. Actually, maybe this is a 4v4. I know that for sure. I saw 4 players. I don't know where the 4th army is. Oh no, there they are. All 3 of the French and then 1 American versus who are we going up against? So we have an Austria, another Austria, a UK Portugal, and a 7-point España. So it should be a good battle. Already you can see that the Austrians are pushing up. Man, they have a lot of cav. Wait, did this say... Wait. I feel like they brought all cavalry with this 8-pointer. Yeah, I think they did. You see some cuirassiers they did bring. You see some dragoons, more dragoons, a lot of dragoons. Wow. Challengers, this is going to be a pain to play against. They also are bringing Ulanen, hussars, and more hussars. Now, the other Austrian army is a good composition of light infantry, skirmishers, or not light infantry, just skirmishers and line infantry, and some artillery 5-pounder. The general's way in the back. And I believe they have 1 or 2 cavalry. Yeah, they have 2 hussars here. Already you see American cavalry, who is probably just, they're going for a brisk morning ride. It's like, oh, this is a beautiful countryside. They're just rolling along, and then, you have hussars just careening towards them, quite honestly, rather fast here. And they are going to clash here. This is not going to go well for America. Oh, yeah, it's not going to go well for America. They broke instantly. And only 5 men were lost from the Austrian side. So definitely taught the Americans you cannot push up by yourself. Look at this rocky terrain, though. This is going to be fun to navigate with artillery, infantry. I can imagine that the formations will be broken up a bit. I love this dragoon unit. It looks like a Russian dragoon unit. Like the light... hopefully you know which dragoon unit I'm talking about. For Russia, has the green jackets, and they have the same, white gray horse. But anyway, it looks like they are focusing by this 2-pointer right here. The 2-pointer is where they're converging. Cavalry maybe is going to get some dominance around this and bully any forces back. Of course, if there's infantry pushing up here, then there's nothing you can do. Looks like UK Portugal is going to follow pretty quickly behind them using this road. They are going to be bringing mostly UK troops. Yeah, almost all. Yeah, the Toros, very good unit. And then, of course, some grasshoppers, or the foot rascals. I don't see a single UK line infantry in that mix, but there's some more over here. So there we go. There's the Portuguese. They are the reserve line. And then, of course, we have Spain, which is not bringing a lot of cavalry, I don't think. Yeah, just some dragoons, some lights. Their line infantry looks like they have a good mixture here of hopefully 1 or 2 at least of the elites. I don't see any. But they're bringing skirmishers as well. And then their artillery. Still haven't seen a lot from France. And it looks like the Cav has definitely pushed up here. They are close to this 2-pointer. So they have the high ground right now. But artillery is firing. Looks like the French actually seem to be content to stay back. Now, maybe the French are going to try to take this hill. That's what I would try to do at least. You have a beautiful... If you can push up your cav to be dominant enough to hold it, put your artillery on this hill and use it to attack. Or defend your position, because then you can swing around either side, because the French don't have, besides this small slope, they are going to have some rough terrain they're going to have to attack through. They're going to have to go up and hit this hill. This is going to be a good defensive position. This is where I would be looking to set up my artillery, which you can see the horse artillery 5-pounder already set up. If I was Austria, I'd be watching out for getting sniped by other artillery. Let's see what French units we have pushing up here. We have some hussars, as well as just more hussars. So, nothing crazy yet from the French side. We do have artillery way in the back. The U.S. artillery firing. What is that, 24 pounder? Feels like that's a long way to be firing. They probably have this town. Oh, there's an artillery piece. That was like a 12 pounder to be sure. And of course, we are seeing French line infantry finally forming up here. Oh no, just cav, my bad. Just lots of it. So they may be trying to pressure the flank. Let's see, what do they got? Dragoons. Alright, so no heavies maybe, which is not a bad thing. Heavies have kind of been worse for wear in the new update. They move a lot slower. They're just not as great. Look at all that cav though. A beautiful, beautiful day. Ah, yeah. You can almost smell like the crisp. Okay, so Austria is definitely about to get pressured a ton. And they don't got a lot of cav defending this. They got some dragoons, some chevaliers on the flank. They're actually going to charge in here. Try to catch these hussars. These hussars don't seem to be running. And so they're definitely going to hit them. Start cutting them down to size. And France should... I feel like they could have taken this. With that many dragoons, especially in the back as well. Or no, more dragoons. Yeah, they have tons of cav here. They should be really capitalizing on the masses of cavalry they have right now. I mean, they're just milling around, and there's nothing really to help. I mean, Spain's cav is on the flank a little bit, but they aren't close enough to help. Austria is all by themselves. Now, like I said, they do have really good quality cav. Dragoons, chevaliers, even across the air, which will throw themselves in the mix. But France has more, and their quality is, I would say, pretty good. So let's see here. Let's see what's going on. Austria moving left, UK moving center, and Spain moving right. So it's probably gonna be a hit from, this is gonna hold, they're gonna hit from this side, and then maybe they're gonna flank this way or hold against the US. I don't know. We'll just have to see how things develop. But there are a nice set of roads for the coalition to use. And all you still can hear is artillery. Now there is some, French infantry. What do we got here? Ooh, so these look like light infantry. Kind of using the hill. You can see there's a slight slope here. So as much as it is nice to be able to zoom out like this, and don't get me wrong, this is the perfect way to then be able to get a good overview of the battle, zooming in is just as crucial. To be able to zoom in and look at the lay of the land. You're like, okay, where are my artillery going to go? You want them up here, you put them right here, you can look, there's a slight slope in the way still, so you want to move up a little bit and be like, okay, this is a perfect position. Same with the infantry. You're like, okay, I want my guys to stay here and get sheltered. You look here and there's a slight slope over here, which could catch some of the artillery. As you can see, it is doing, it's hitting right here instead. Now, they have a beautiful position. You can see if you go down, they have a perfect vantage point of the entire area. Just, a helpful hint. When you're setting up your artillery, it does matter a lot to where you actually position them. Austria looks like they are just going to leave 2 skirms, and this looks like a very vanilla. This is very vanilla play here. Put your skirmishers in front of your line infantry. I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't see it very often in NTW3. There's something wrong with pushing out your light infantry, getting a volley, and then running them behind. But running takes a lot longer in NTW3, so you don't want to get friendly fired. I've seen so many skirmishers get just shot to pieces by their own infantry. These guys right here are the culprits. They're getting hit by artillery, though. So they're getting focused down. The rest of Austria seems to be setting up in, once again, another high ground. Their artillery in a perfect place. Oh, do we got some... Okay, so they fired. Okay, they took some shots at the hussars, maybe killed a couple. forcing them back. Now, ooh, I do like this position. So we have France advancing out of this town. Man, it feels like this map goes on forever, doesn't it? It's awesome. So they have a decent high ground. They're going to set up. They have artillery that is going to be able to shell the UK as they're pushed up, and even the Spanish, although Spain looks like they're going to go for a huge flank here. Looks like they're going to come all the way to here, and maybe if France advances into the center, they have a huge flank they can push up. Oh, we got a horse deserting. Well, maybe court-martialed, I'm sure. So we do see more French army troops, more of the French army pushing up. Man, that was such an awkward statement, I think. Ooh, they are really getting hit hard, though, as they are advancing. Undaunted, they will continue. The general riding in the back of the lines. This is such a cool shot, even right here. The general staff advancing with the infantry. You have a man in the back. Man, if I had screenshot mode right now, this would be an epic shot. But France is just going to get chewed up. This is a 5-pounder, so it's going to fire very fast. You can see already they are almost ready to fire again. And what is an easier target than these thick French columns? Look how fast they're going to fire again. Here we go again. Where are they firing? Oh, they missed. Shame. They're going over. So France is going for the center, causing the UK to actually have to reposition because they don't have infantry in the center here. This other... Okay, so they have even more artillery setting up here. I don't know if they're trying to duel with the... Okay. So they're firing over here. I would actually turn these guys and fire over here. This is the concerning spearhead attack. France is going to go directly into this. Now Austria is shifting troops over. Oh, wow. Skirmishers have taken the 2-pointer. So France holds the 2-pointer at this moment. We do see some French troops pushing over on this side. I don't know. I'm liking this battle so far. It just feels very realistic here. You know, I don't know. It just feels right. Like something you'd actually see. Artillery push up to the center. Not something I like to do, but it's effective. Just be prepared for the fact that Cav is going to probably focus it down. The better thing to do is set it right here. Have your line of infantry on this side and on this side. And have an open field of fire that you can just shoot through. And if they try charging your guns, your infantry can catch it. Or you have infantry right here and here that will volley them. Or Cav sitting right here that'll, you know, it's easier to react. This skirmishers got hit pretty hard. The U.S. have not advanced, but France is engaging here. This horse artillery is bravely going to stand. We have Cav. Okay, they charged way too early. I mean, they should have run, but they charged way too early. They're going to get intercepted here. They're going to, in fact, charge some hussars. And not do too hot, because U.S. does not have the very best of Cav. But these poor skirms are getting executed. Even better to put these up on the hill, but, you know.
Sir,
it's all right.
Our general is under attack.
All right, so the U.S. just unfortunately lost that Cav engagement. They have some skirms here, so Austria needs to be very cautious not to push up here, but France... Oh, get them out of there. Looks like Austria's gonna go on the offensive here. France has some double-stacked units, has their artillery set up. Not a bad strategy. I don't know if they're trying to go for the horse artillery. But yeah, looks like we got over here, we got France pushing up, and the UK are holding this whole right flank. So they are going to be holding the entire thing. Austria is holding in 2 places. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the one thing I see being a big problem for the Imperials. They are stretched very, very wide. They have U.S. over here. They have some little bits of U.S. over here. And it looks like the skirmishers are actually really wrecking the Austrian Cav. I would not push this with Cav. I would save my Cav as Austria. But they maybe want to put pressure because they don't think the U.S. are right here and they want to do these skirms. But the U.S. seem to be consolidated very well in the center. I don't know if there's another French army way over here. Maybe there is. I don't know. But it looks like the U.S. are spread over a very large area. And it looks like this Cav actually could isolate the U.S. away from the rest of the French army and then hold them back while they then crush the French, or shift troops over and crush the U.S. We'll see what happens. Here we do have a large French presence here. UK holding firm. The one thing I will say is the French look a little disorganized with their advance. Maybe that's just how it is. But France is now going to push up on that flank, join up with the UK, make sure they don't get out pressured, because they go for a huge flank and they come up and the battle's lost. You know, that flank was for nothing. This is a very strong position here, and the French don't seem to be really wanting to push with it, which I am wondering if they think their artillery is going to be able to force the UK to fall back. But the UK are just ignoring it, leaving 2 line infantry, and the rest of it is focusing down this one French army here. So the Spanish and French are going to be able to, although here comes, I think this is the other French army, so this may actually work out very well. With the Spanish pushing up, the French are right in front of them, forming up, so this battle's looking to be no real outflanking. It's just head-on, brute attack. Austria seems to still be, I don't know what the US are doing here. They should have lined up right next to the French, in my opinion, but their Cav troops are just getting toasted every time. It is Austria. We do have some Hussars taking on some of the Hussars of Austria, toasting them instantly. And that seems to just be, Austria seems to be doing more Cav based. Keep in mind, there is an Austrian Cav army basically. This is good for France. They have a lot of skirmishers sitting here just peppering down. I don't know where they're peppering down. Looks like they were taking out some green rascals. Okay, I hear more Cav charging. I gotta see what's going on here. France is advancing with some dragoons and some chasseurs cheval, I do believe. And so these chevaliers are gonna try to get themselves out of there. The US should be advancing, in my opinion. Now, maybe they were told, hey, just hold this flank, hold this town. This is a 1 point, but it's 1 point, I think. Yeah, it's 1 point. I would not hold this. I would advance, and that's exactly what they're doing now. They are pushing up. They gotta be very careful because Austria has plenty of Cav to really make their day painful if they're not careful. Definitely, France should not be so scared here. I mean, they have the reserves. They were probably worried about getting outflanked by Spain. Spain can't shoot very well. But if you just get some of the units to rout, it's over. They chain route so easily. The morale of Spain is just... Oh, hold on. Hold that thought about the morale. Oh, wow. So Austria, I probably forgot that these guys hadn't fired because they're not close enough to them fire. So their Cav went in and just got basically a round from this line infantry here. You can see they're all reloading. All these guys fired at that Cav. That was unfortunate. It's still an artillery duel here, it looks like. Yeah. Which these guys are losing. They have 8 men left. But I would keep them firing. And so they're going for a gen. That's not a terrible thing, but I would be plowing through these lines. I would be clicking, and there's a little indicator. When you click on them, click right here. Not click on the unit. They're clicking on units so you can see where they're targeting. Don't click on the actual unit. Click behind it with your right click, like right here, and your artillery will hit right through there. And it will actually hit the ground, probably right around here or right around here, and do way more damage. I probably should cover a video about that, but ooh, the French are gonna get chewed up here. This is the UK we were talking about, guys. There's some Portuguese in here, but they got a little loud. They are gonna chew up this French army. You talk about machine guns. These guys are going to start dropping fast. They have a reserve line, but they are going to drop fast. The best thing to do is not fight the UK. They should probably have stayed back and pressured the Spanish. And the Spanish actually seem to be pushing up quite a bit. Use your Cav against Spain. Spain doesn't have as many squarables usually. You see the artillery is firing over here. But Spain is going to not have a lot of squarables, which is going to make it way more difficult. It looks like France is actually going to start falling back. They're getting outflanked. So the coalition has numbers. It's just... being offensive is always better. Like, if France was pushing here, they would be forcing the UK to have to fight 2 versus 1. This whole army, this whole thing right here should push up. I'm not sure what their thought process is, but this is a lot. And look at the quality. This is like the Imperial Guard. This is like amazing reload stats. They have a lot of grenadiers. They should be attacking. There's nothing here. Yes, you'll take a little damage from artillery, but if they're waiting to kill this artillery, they're going to wait half the battle. And keep in mind, already about 20 minutes has passed. And meanwhile, their ally is dying against Spain because they are getting outnumbered. Because this army is basically facing nothing. It's facing 2 UK troops. The rest of the UK and Spain is just over here, and Austria could be way more aggressive in my opinion, but they are about to take on the US. The US needs to be more aggressive, and this French army needs to be way more aggressive in my opinion. I mean, I think this is an entire army right here, so they are fighting. But you gotta put faith in your troops. I would be going mad standing here just not doing anything, especially if you're a grenadier and what you do is get in a melee and you're good at it. Just do it. France has some good reserves, so they are not going to die very easily. They have some grenadiers on this side as well. I don't know how well they're holding up here. They seem to be not outflanked anymore, so this seems pretty even right now. This French army seems to be doing decently well. They are getting hit by artillery that's up on the hill, which is going to really even the odds here, and they're trying to get out of this ring. There's a ring of infantry. These are all going to probably focus this one little area. Not going to be well for them. This whole reserve here. But yeah, look at this. The UK are shifting even more troops over because they know this French army just isn't advancing. That's going to drive me mad until they advance. Seeing them just sit there. That is a waste of a lot of troops. If they wait till it's obviously lost, they're gonna just die so fast. Now, don't get me wrong, they will still do damage, even if this whole army's gone, but it won't be enough. Now, France, this is one thing. You notice, like I said, this ring. This is a good thing for the coalition and bad for the Imperials. They're actually less troops in this line than there are in this line shooting. So what you should do is redraw the line. Form a straight line, maybe use these houses, this LOC, or attack right here. Actually, they may do that. Attack here and straighten the line. Bends in the line are never good unless you're attacking and they are in a smaller bend. Austria is still holding. France is outnumbered here. The US still. That'd be such a boring battle for the US, not really doing a whole lot. That in and of itself, I mean, they're just sitting there still. They are keeping Austria somewhat busy, but... Oh, okay, the UK are pushing, or not the UK, sorry, the French are advancing here. Hopefully straighten that line a little bit. Like I said, I like this French player's strategy. They have the good reserves. If only they could maybe shift some reserves on the flank and start just outflanking the Spanish. Now, Spain is going to push up some more of their reserves, some Portuguese, it looks like. As the fight is raging in the front lines, they're being told to get on the flank and hold here. We have some cavalry possibly pushing up here. This is where, like I said, this cav should be pushing out. The Spanish cav is awful. You don't need much to beat them there. Alright, this artillery's gone. Is France gonna finally advance here? Please tell me they're going to advance. Just please. Go right for here. Like literally, in fact, I would angle right here and you could easily destroy this army. You have your reserves that could melee charge them. Oh, it'd be, oh man. This is the perfect place to be. You push up as France, you get in a melee, you will crush this, and then you can swing on the flank of the UK, and this whole coalition line will break so fast. Alright, we got a lot of cav pushing up from France. In Spain, I don't know if they know it or not, but they are screwed. They're cav, unless they have squarables, which they don't. Oh, they do. They have some squarables. They are not going to hold very well. Oh, here we go. We have some squares are forming. All right, France sees it. France should fall back. Oh, man, that's going terribly. Yeah, look at this. See, Austria's falling back. Push up, hit the UK. They are so weak here. If only they would push up. If only. I know I keep saying. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying it. I'm beginning to get tired. But Kingston is just saying the same thing over and over again. And you're like, you are right. All right. So with so much cavalry here, I hope that the French are going to start maybe going around here, putting pressure on the coalition cav. Because once you get behind the French, it's over. You can just back charge them. Even if they form square, then you push up your line infantry when they're in a square formation. You can destroy them. The same with the UK, to be honest. Hopefully this cav, for the most part, is going to shift over because of the massive French cav presence. Yeah, you can see the French are not going to do very well against the UK. UK can just outshoot, outgun any time of the day. Man. This is like a battle I would have played like a while ago. Definitely. But I mean, it looks like, yeah, just the French are gonna be getting outshot here. Spain has a very good position. And it looks like the French are still not, or sorry, the US are still not pushing. They're staying on their side of the river, making that a very easy fight, because you don't have to fight. The artillery, I'm assuming there's some artillery maybe putting pressure on this French center, but they are now going to start falling back. I hear some cavalry. Oh, the big cav fight here. So France is getting charged. Austria going in with some cuirassiers against dragoons. And Spain's gonna flank. Oh my goodness, France just got caught. They got caught out. Wow. Holy cow. I mean, Spain's not gonna do very well. These cuirassiers are probably very tired. With infantry support though, if they push this line, they can do very well. More French cav. They're just back charging, it looks like, their own cavalry though, so that's not going to help. You just have a blob here. France is going to get just outflanked as they push up. And France just lost huge, with only the loss of a cuirassier and one of the Spanish cav, I think. Yeah. So that is a definite trade. Now, there's still some French cavalry left, and they could deal with this Spanish cav. Don't know if they will in time, but no, they beat them back. There's still some French cav left for defense, but that's about it. Everywhere else, it seems to be just a shooting match. Oh, look, they're moving backwards. We're evolving, but backwards. The US are gonna push up now. Finally some action on this side for the Austrians and Americans. They've probably been sitting going crazy. And now, this would be the time. Oh, they're going to do a cav charge here, being met by some dragoons. Quite a lot of Austrian cavalry here, though. Oh, wow. Look at all this other French cav. Alright, well, that's gonna be oh, they're just gonna blob it so much. Alright, well, the artillery's gone for France. I don't know what France is gonna do now. If they're depending on their artillery to win this fight, they definitely are not now. Now, the US are pushing up, engaging some skirmishers. There's still 39 minutes remaining in this replay, and there's still some US troops way over here. Maybe they're just defending the LLC, but keep in mind, LOCs don't matter till the end of the game. Now, yes, keep a close watch on some of them, especially in the center of the map.
Our men are running, sir.
But it doesn't need to be a huge thing to worry about throughout the game. The UK now, a little battered. The French are giving them a chance to rest. France is going to just attack here. Maybe that's their only option now. But Spain is going to do pretty well here. I mean, France is marching directly into the teeth of these bullets, basically. And that's going to be torturous. I mean, you talk about a bloody attack. They're going to take some losses, definitely, as Spain, but they have a flank here. They have a lot working out for them. And they're going to fall back now. Let's see how this fight is going. We have the French advancing over there. We have the US actually shredding up some of the skirmishers here. But Austria is going to be able to do a good job of holding. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually garrison this church, but oh, the US actually going for a flank. Looks like they lost out a little bit, though. This artillery for Austria is actually going to probably get some good canister shot off. Oh, do we have some cavalry? Yes, we do. The US sent in some cav, took on the skirmishers, so the skirmishers are gone. Now they, oh no. It'd been better for them to stand there and shoot. Instead, these skirmishers are gonna die. And that's okay. You know, it's okay. It's a lot more work to try to cover them than to not. But this battle has had a lot of losses here, that's for sure. Is France advancing? France is going to advance. They actually, not in the center though. They're still holding the center. I'm sorry, I haven't even been checking on this side. The Spanish are still holding this line. You can see they are actually taking some losses. So it's not a total washout here. Both sides seem to be trading very well, which means that either side, if they win, is going to have very few troops left. It may be up to this center or this center-right French army to hold. Now, France does have some reserves here. The UK seem very, very strong still. I mean, these were large units to begin with, and they still have 70% strength for the most part, which is very good for the UK. That's very good. They have had their Portuguese line infantry take most of the artillery, which is even better. Let's see, over here, the US. Still just shooting it up. We have a charge. Oh my goodness. Austria is just encircling whatever French cav is left. They are throwing in, I think this whole Austrian cav only is paying off very well. They are utilizing their cav, and honestly, the Austrian cav has been winning every single one of their engagements. Oh, what happened here? Did France go for a bayonet charge? Oh, they're going for cav as well. They're going fully in here. And the UK were not able to form square, it looks like. Some of the Spanish were. But France is going to try closing in on melee, which is going to be probably their only option. I mean, they really need to shoot. Or the UK need to really start, hopefully, just chipping off the French as fast as possible. The cav hit those squares. Okay, so France just looks like broke. There's only a couple of them left. France is now going to advance with some of their troops. Looks like, what was it? The light bombs are holding them back. Keeping the French at bay so the rest of their line of infantry can keep shooting. What is happening over here? The U.S. Ooh, hold on, hold on.
Our men are running, sir.
The U.S. are getting really close, but it's not seeming to help out. Their flank is getting butchered. With this Austrian cavalry now free, it's going to be a nightmare for the French. The French are going to try advancing here. Can they make it out? Can they close in or get some volleys off? These are grenadiers. You can see that the UK don't want to even get close to them. Over here, they seem to be standing their ground pretty well. Spain is now going to be on the offensive as France is going to start falling back, trying to maybe recuperate with their allies here. France is going in for a bayonet charge. Oh, they broke. They just broke. Things are not looking the best for France right now. The U.S. with this flank, they just stood there and took a lot of volleys, and you can see they are just losing. Austria has barely lost any. I would say this would be a pretty decisive victory for the coalition. Hey guys, this is Kingston from the future. So my mic got muted for probably a good couple minutes, so it's gonna be empty footage for, I don't know, too long to probably just wave it off. You're gonna see the battle still playing out. I'll be making comments to myself basically, but I do fix it, so I guess just either skip ahead to about 42 minutes or just enjoy the sandwich and to go. So, sorry about that, guys. We'll have it again. You guys are good rest of your day.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Ah, shoot. Well, guys, I apologize. My mic became muted somehow when I had to take a pause. So that entire segment just got muted for a little bit there. Gosh. Not like I said a whole lot that was important. But yeah. Yeah, I'll have to make a note. Don't worry. There's nothing wrong with your YouTube. Alright, anyway. We were talking about how the French are holding, but they're about to start having a mass rout here. The U.S. definitely took losses. They're not able to hold against Austria. They only have a couple troops left. There's just some scattered French troops left on this entire side. Looks like some generals are trying to rally the troops, and they are going to try to go for a charge here, maybe? Spain just has so many troops, it's not going to even matter.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Yeah, and there goes the morale. You don't even have to see that much of it to... The battle can be seen very easily, as this is basically the remains of it. And there goes the mass rout. On the flank, Spain is now going to start pushing up.
We have killed their general, sir.
Cavalry in the back lines. Oh, the general's being killed, and now this last French army is going to have to try to hold all by itself. And with the reserves pushing up, I would say a little too late. That's about as good as it's gonna get for having reserves for the timing of them. Could you imagine, like, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Here come the French now. Wait, these reserves. Another general's down. These reserves, these elites, the Imperial Guard being sent in technically, as it were. Spain, pretty badly battered, but still holding pretty well, is now going to hold up. And this is just going to be... I'm thinking I'm going to fast forward a little. They're going to push up here, but there's not a lot of strategy involved here. It's just going to be a line pushing up against another line. The Austrians are going to push up on this flank. They have the brow of the hill as France, but it's not going to do tons for them. As... yeah, it's gonna go pretty fast with the UK firing, getting those beautiful reloading skills, or speed, I guess you would say. Yeah, they're oh, actually, I guess I could play this here. They're gonna fall back to their artillery, not a bad thing. Look out for Austria, though. They're behind. It's probably they have infantry sitting back here. Now, who knows if it's squareable or not. But they're gonna advance and possibly go for a huge, just downward hill charge. Maybe one last hurrah. That'd be kind of cool to see, actually. Spain doesn't even want anything to do with it. They're gonna fall. They have artillery pushing up, though, so they don't need to as much. But I think France is, yep. they are going to charge downhill. Over here, they're just going to hold against the withering volleys of the UK and Austria. They're going to try to push on this flank. Not going to probably work very well for them, though. If they got in a melee, maybe they could shift things in their favor, but... Oh, the cav charged. The cavalry, they took this LOC. They're going to start pushing on the flank here. France can't even get into a square, it looks like. Who knows if they even have squares. Their morale is going to start going down the tank. Here comes Austria to finish them off. And France's morale is about a mass break here. They're going to have the Austrians push up here. There's nothing left here. Okay, now I'm going to fast forward because this is the end. I don't know if you guys care about watching the final end where 1 or 2 units are left, but I mean, there's a couple here. A couple fighting, but for the most part, yeah, there's not going to be a lot. And that will be the battle, a coalition victory. No LOC even. Oh, I even totally forgot. The US had like 1 or 2 troops here holding on the side, but not a whole lot. Austria probably will do well, although this is decent. Nah, they're gonna break. I think they'll break. Although Austria's not looking too good either. But that's it. It's just these forces left. And so who's gonna break?
We have taken a building, sir.
Who's gonna break first? Oh, this is taking a while. Austria's gonna advance even closer. Okay. Yeah. They probably will start dropping. Although these guys are probably tired. They're very tired. They're tired, concerned. Cavalry's going to push up, maybe try to help them on that regard. They have some cavalry pushing back. These guys probably can't form a square. Here we go. That's the end. All right. Oh, there's 1 unit way in the side. Just when you think it's over. Just when you think it's over. Got some volunteers bayonet charging in. There we go. All right, now we can see the results here of this fight. This one was set in by Philippe, so thank you for that, Philippe. You can see the kills, and France did not do well. The U.S. did not do well. It was a pretty obvious victory for the for the coalition, sorry, with a lot of kills here. So, all right, guys, that'll be the battle today. More to come for the weekend and at the stream, so... Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.